Hello all, welcome back to another What Is It Worth episode of Coins. This is Silver Helm Coins and Collectibles. Welcome. Today we have something that is rather interesting or semi-interesting, if you could say the least. And that is a 1922 half shilling, also known as 50 cents, that was circulated around East Africa. So this coin was in circulation, but as we'll come to see, with the grade and the valuation of this coin, it's not made out of purely base metals. There is a silver component, but we'll get into that when you unpack this coin. Firstly, I'd just like to state the front of the coin. That is the year, the denomination, and what's quite cool is there's a lion with a mountain in the background that's still visible on the coin. So that's important for grading purposes. At the back, we have the British monarch of the time, and the inscription is Latin. So this was George V, I think, if I'm reading it correctly. But yes, that was when the British Empire extended to parts of East Africa as well. They minted this coin and it was used as currency in East Africa. So let's unpack this coin. The total weight is 3.887 grams. It's not a large coin, it's not a heavy coin. The composition is rather interesting. It's 25% silver and 75% copper. This alloy is known as bilon or bilon, and it's rather popular, or it was popular in the British Empire. So that means 0.25% of the weight, 25% of the weight, of this coin is fine silver. So it does have inherent value. If you go look at the actual silver weight, this silver comes up to about 0.972 grams or 0.0312 troy ounces of pure silver. So this coin has silver value, which means it already has inherent value. So the melt alone on this coin with today's silver spot price is around $2.50. That's purely if you're just paying for the silver that's contained in this coin. But as we'll come to see with the valuation, thanks to its grade and its condition, the collector premium does actually increase the value rather slightly. Firstly, or secondly, when researching this coin, it's apparently it wasn't recorded how many of them were minted, so it's an unknown minted amount. And on some sites, this year, the 1922, actually says it's a scarce date. So that was interesting that I found upon my research, because even in 1921 and 1923, they did record the actual minted. But when I looked on Numista for the mint of the 1922 one, it said unknown. So that was rather interesting. I don't know why they didn't record it. I'm sure if I went into more thorough research, I would come up with an answer. But for the scope of today's video, that is not necessary. Okay, so now we have the composition, the weight, the actual silver weights. Now let's take a moment to grade this coin. As mentioned at the beginning of the video, the lion is clearly visible, as well as the mountain in the background. I mean, all the lettering and all the numbers are visible. And even if you look at the back, the monarch, slightly worn, you can still make out all the major details. I mean, you can even pick up he has a mustache. So this coin would fall in the range, if you're conservative, of fine to very fine. That's the grading I'd give this coin. Honestly, I'd think it leans closer to very fine than to fine, but we'll value it somewhere in the middle. So if it was purely fine as the grading, the retail of this coin looks about $3.80. But as stated, I think it's closer to very fine. It could go up as high as $9.8. So that's rather good news for the collector. So conservatively, if you go look at the average between those two, I would sell this coin for about $6.60, because it is closer to very fine than to fine. Now you can actually notice the difference between melt value and then the retail value. That's because this has collector value. It's a lot more valuable than the $2.50 for pure silver. It is in fact $6.60. Interesting piece indeed. Thank you guys for watching. If you would like to join the eBay store waitlist, there is a link in the description. On the eBay store, I'll have this coin and many more for sale. So if you want to be on the waitlist, consider joining it. And I'll see you guys in the next video.